Acadian forest bursting with Canada's trademark colorful leaves. An ancient plateau blanketed by a boreal woodland. And surrounding it all, the rough Atlantic Ocean. This primeval forest is the home of over 1,000 different animal species. But now, in spite of conservationists' best efforts, the Great North Woods may disappear altogether. In the 17th century, Europe's great explorers began crossing the Atlantic in search of wealth and resources. They found beavers, moose, and moths, and all the creatures of the Great North World. The forests and oceans of North America were a vast new source for fish, fur, and wood. During the Industrial Age, demand for timber to build ships, houses, and railroads intensified. Deforestation spread across Cape Breton and endangered the animals that called the Highlands home. Today, only 5% of Cape Breton's forests remain. Saw away long enough, and the ecosystem goes timber. The majestic moose is Canada's biggest four-legged celebrity. Size, strength, and perseverance make the moose synonymous with life in the harsh climate of the true north. Before the Europeans arrived, moose roamed freely across Cape Breton Island. The exact number is unknown, but historic records show that in the late 1700s, over 6,000 moose were hunted annually in Cape Breton. They weren't just killed for their meat and fur. Moose fat was a hot commodity, used to make candles and lubricate steam engines. But it was the moose's white-tailed cousin that dealt the final blow. Introduced to Cape Breton in the 1880s, the clear-cutting of the Industrial Age opened up new pastures for the deer to forage in. As they spread across the island, they brought a nervous system parasite. Harmless to the deer, but fatal to the moose. Finally, in the 1920s, hunting, habitat loss, and disease took their deadly toll, and the moose disappeared completely from Cape Breton Island. The ecosystem was transformed. Trees lost to loggers, species gone extinct from Cape Breton Island. At the beginning of the 20th century, the fate of the forest looked bleak. But then, in 1930, a glimmer of hope. The Canadian government passed the National Parks Act. This legislation protected large pockets of Canada's wilderness from clear-cutting. And in 1936, the Cape Breton Highlands National Park was established, preserving this important animal habitat. This protected area is 20 times the size of Manhattan, with 1.5 million fewer people and more than 100 million more trees.